Welcome to Hear In Hanover, your all-access pass to everything happening in Hanover County. I'm your host, Kristen Smith Dunlop. Today we're going to talk about highlights from the State of the County Address. If you're not familiar with what that is, it's a yearly presentation that showcases the county's accomplishments, its initiatives, its challenges, and projects moving forward. It's delivered by the Director of Economic Development and the County Administrator, so who better to join us than County Administrator John Budeksy. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back on. It's always a great opportunity to speak on behalf of the board and our 1,400 employees, so thank you for the time.
All right, you're going to give us a recap. Let's start broad. Can you just sort of give us an overall picture of the past year for Hanover County?
Sure. I have to tell you, I have great pride in this past year because the deliberate efforts that we have focused our attention on really engaging our residents over the past year. The theme of this year's State of the County was really about engagement, and we really were able to identify the different ways that we engaged our residents. And so it was anything from the new Citizen Academy that we were able to introduce this year for a group of our citizens, the comp plan work that we did, the amount of engagement we had there, certainly the additional revamped newsletters and Hanover Review we're extremely proud of. We kicked off our Parks and Rec master planning process in the past year, our airport master planning process, all with some intentionality to make sure our residents had the opportunity to engage, give their feedback, and make these projects better.
A whole lot of planning going on, but that planning leads to progress, right?
Absolutely. One of the areas that we really want to try to make sure our residents understand is that when we are moving forward, whether it be with an economic development project or another county initiative, we're doing it intentionally. We're doing it because we focused on setting milestones and making sure that we're accomplishing and improving the county based on what we're hearing from our residents. And so a lot of the projects that we focus on that make it into the annual budget are a direct result of that engagement we have with our residents.
Okay, so share with us some of the key accomplishments that you were most proud of when you gave the State of the County Address.
I'll tell you, and I think back to the day that we cut the ribbon on Ashland Elementary School, to see the smiles on the kids' faces that were coming into that new school and the staff's pride in their building. That has to be one of the crowning achievements over the past year, but there were so many more. Montpelier Library and Rec Center, to have that facility for our residents in Western Hanover to appreciate a library that was 3 times bigger than the old library. And it also freed up some space in the Montpelier Center for folks that value that entity. It was a win-win for Western Hanover, and so it was really exciting to be able to deliver that project to the community. We're closing in on a new Fire Station 17 to be complete here in just the next few months. And so we talk about the big projects of the capital kinds of constructions, but I'm really proud of some of the day-to-day work. And we take for granted Hanover's achievements, but I was able to share in the State of the County, and I hope our residents take an opportunity to see our department's work and the work of the Hanover County employees on behalf of our citizens is being recognized, not only in the region, but through state and professional organizations as leading the way, as setting best practices for how local government services are delivered. And sitting in the seat of county administrator, I really take great pride in the work that our team does and to be able to share that work. Our finances have always been a benchmark of success for us. And again, this year, we reaffirmed our AAA bond ratings that allow us, that are a sign of excellence in financial management, but really allow us to deliver those projects at the lowest possible cost for our residents. So there is so much that I was proud to be able to share on behalf of our employees and our Board of Supervisors. And it's just really a year of pride that all started with that engagement component.
I know one of the videos in the presentation focused on the commitment to public safety and the investment in public safety. You want to talk about that?
Yes, thank you. Public safety, we certainly want to make sure that our providers have the best equipment and they're prepared to do their job in a safe and effective manner for our residents. But we also need to make sure that we have the right resources from a personnel standpoint. And we very deliberately over the past few years have grown our fire and EMS department to make sure that we can respond to our residents' needs. We listen to our employees just like we do our residents, and how can we help them be more effective. So we really have been intentional about trying to uncross staff some stations. We added 25 positions that are going to be a direct benefit to our citizens on both Western Hanover and Eastern Hanover, to really make sure that when that 911 call is made, that we can get to our residents as quickly as possible with well-trained, well-skilled, and equipped providers to provide that fire and EMS service.
And the sheriff's office also reached a milestone this year with our schools.
Yes, the Board of Supervisors and our Sheriff's Office have worked extremely well together to make a commitment that we would have a deputy in each of our schools in Hanover County. And then with the budget that we implemented last year, the sheriff has been able to meet that commitment to have a deputy in all of Hanover County schools, and with really the goal to build that relationship with our community, have the students know their resource, the school-based deputy, and know that that relationship is more than something that you only see when something bad is done. It's really to build a relationship and trust and respect in our public safety professionals as well. And we're really proud that with our Sheriff's Office, we were able to deliver that in the past year.
You talked earlier about Team Hanover and the work that our employees do. Something that I think is a nice shout out, though, is that we were named a top workplace.
We're always focused on what we need to get done, and sometimes it's nice to step back and reflect on your successes and really recognize that. And one of those areas that we had the opportunity last year was to have our employees third-party surveyed on the work that in work environment here in Hanover County, and we were recognized as one of the region's top places to work by the Richmond Times-Dispatch. I tell you, that isn't a great recognition, because I think it says a lot about the employees of Hanover County. It sends a message to those considering to join Hanover County that we are a place that you can develop a professional career in, that you're supported. But as importantly, that survey also provided feedback to us as leaders of the organization directly from our employees about how we can continue to provide them support and do even better in the future. And we take that feedback extremely serious, and we're already looking at new initiatives to continue that evolution to make sure we remain a top place to work for our employees. And I always say that our employees are second to none. I'm very proud of Hanover County employees, and it's a goal of ours to make sure that we're responding to their needs and making sure that they have the tools to do their job as well.
Okay, we've talked about achievements and accomplishments a little bit. Can we talk about what's to come? Because there is more on the horizon.
We have a busy few years ahead of us, and I really appreciate the opportunity to share those past accomplishments. But as I think about what's coming up, the entire county is going to see investment in different ways. And as you know, we opened Ashland, but we have two other schools under design as we speak. Both Beaver Dam and Battlefield are under design and will move into construction in the next year. That is going to serve both Western and Eastern Hanover County. But beyond that, we have two additional schools that will be constructed in the next few years. We have two fire stations, one in Montpelier, one in Doswell, that are currently under design that will enter into construction phases. We are working to combine our public safety entities and leadership and training all into one facility here. So we will have the leadership of the Sheriff's Office and Fire and EMS under one roof on the government complex here. And so we have a lot of projects and investments, and that doesn't even get into all of the additional quality of life things that we're doing in our Parks and Rec. And Parks and Rec is really, we're making record investments, not only in new and improved facilities, but additional amenities for our residents, whether that be pickleball courts, additional lighting, miles of trails, and our future mountain bike trails to grow our inventory, and so much more. So I'm really excited on the Parks and Rec side. And finally, on the project side, transportation. We're well over $230 million worth of transportation projects underway as we speak, and they will touch all sections of Hanover County. And so we're really proud of the work. We got a lot of work to do to deliver that success for our residents, and we're committed to doing that. I would be remiss if I didn't focus on a major initiative in the county, which is our broadband initiative. We will, at the end of November, celebrate a major milestone in our broadband initiatives on behalf of our residents. And we've made the commitment that we're going to work to get every resident in Hanover that has an interest in connecting to high-speed internet connection. And at the end of November, we're actually beginning that phase of construction that will deliver that resource to our residents. And so by early 2025, we will be making some of the very first connections in that project, and that will occur really over the next 24 months. We'll be delivering that. That initiative right now will make sure that 95% of our residents will be connected within that period of time, but that remaining 5%, we haven't forgotten them. We're working on projects actively as we speak to make sure that we get to that 100%. If a resident wants to be connected within a few years, they're going to have that opportunity.
And those first home connections, that will be an exciting day.
Looking forward to it. I know our residents are.
Do you want to talk at all about community partnerships and how that has enabled the county to move forward and to accomplish what it does?
Yes, thank you. Because I think sometimes folks, that's an underestimated effort that we work on, and we're very intentional. Obviously, I want to just call out our partnership with the town of Ashland. We have a great working relationship with the town manager, the staff there, but across boards, our board of supervisors and their town council work well together. We have initiatives on our borders. We have initiatives together. We're all Hanover County residents, and we value that partnership, but it goes beyond our borders. We have relationships that serve the entire Richmond region. So whether that be promotions with tourism initiatives through Richmond Region Tourism, economic development relationships through the Greater Richmond Partnership, many people don't know that Hanover County is a part owner in the convention center downtown, and we sit on that board. I represent the county on that board, but it goes beyond that. Richmond International Airport, we have a partnership with them, and Chair Dibble serves on that with former Supervisor Wayne Hazard. And so we touch many areas of the Richmond region in partnership. And really, when we want the success of the region, it's shared. So if we have success in Hanover, I hope the greater Richmond region benefits from that. And as the region has successes, so does Hanover.
Okay. What overall message do you hope the business leaders that you presented to and our residents will garner from this year's presentation? What's the overall message about the future of Hanover?
Well, first, I hope they see it as extremely bright and extremely optimistic that we're going to continue to grow in a manner that they are very proud to be a part of. Our business community really goes above and beyond for our residents, and they are a major part of the collective success we have as a community. And our residents should be extremely proud of the services that the employees and the board of supervisors have committed to on behalf of those residents, looking out for their interest, and be proud that they can say they live in Hanover County.
Is there anything else you want to share with us?
I just appreciate this opportunity. I know we get a lot of opportunities to engage with our residents, but as we've taken on the podcast, folks take information in differing ways. So some that are listening to today's podcast, this may be their only way they're getting this information, but we are trying to get it out in many different ways, whether it's video that's on our website or social media, the newsletter. And if we're not hitting it right, I hope they let us know. But we're really trying to find ways to meet our citizens where they're at and get this information out. And that's part of the engagement effort that we really made the theme of this year's State of the County.
So that means you need to share this podcast with all your friends and family so we reach even more people.
Well, absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you. We look forward to all of the projects you talked about, watching them evolve over the next year and then seeing what's on the horizon after that.
Thank you very much.
That is going to do it for us. But first, if you are interested in watching the State of the County address, looking at the presentation, or just looking at some of the videos that were involved in it, you can go to www.hanovercounty.gov/State of the County. You'll find a page there packed full of information. Thanks again, John, and we will see you next month here in Hanover.